Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with O'Brien, and me, Banshee. And it's me, Banshee, with my Material Matters segment, your weekly tarot keys to success in business, education, and finance. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Well, Mercury is still retrograde, everybody, and it's going to be an interesting week ahead. Astrologically a little bit, I think. A lot is going on in the sign of Scorpio. We'll get to all of this. And so today I am using the Moonology Manifestation Oracle by Yasmin Boland. There is a new moon this week. We'll talk about that later too. And talk a little bit of the economic climate, just a little. I got a little bit of tidbits, not much. Not too good ones either. Okay. Alrighty, let's see what we have. Oh my gosh! It's a new moon in Scorpio. Guess what's going on this week? New moon in Scorpio. Wow, just a lot of things coming together here. I don't know whether to feel good or not about some of the stuff going on, including with TFT's cards of the day. But at any rate, the new moon Scorpio card means go deeper. So let's do so, shall we? Okay. All right, let's see what she says. You're regaining control of a situation that cut deep. You've moved through your fears and can now see where the issue has come from. Now isn't the time to gloss over the facts. Rather, it's time for you to face your darkest concerns and go deeper. Your situation may need to crumble before it can be renewed. Magic is called for. It's crucial to stay strong now. Sexually, it's time to reach for true communion with your partner. Financially, this is a blessed time to work with someone on a joint venture. It's time to release a grudge. Wow. Manifesting focus. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to sex, money, or an obsession you've been grappling with. The manifesting mindset. Know that you're magic. Clear out negativity to supercharge your manifesting power. And your manifestation affirmation for this next week should be, life goes in cycles and my life is now regenerating. Well, that is the plus side of change, isn't it? We have been undergoing some really strange changes, as far as economic matters and business concerns go. I think this card just is both a positive and a negative here. Some of us may be facing some things this week. It may be hard for you to make this transformation. Maybe that transformation for you is losing your job, or like I just heard and we'll talk about in a minute, having to reapply for the SNAP benefits that were taken away during the government shutdown before you can get any. I don't know if that's what that means. So it's scary, and will they remove people from the list? So I'm just saying, some of these changes and transformations may rock some of our worlds, and some of it may be for the better for some people. So know that there seems to be, in my mind anyway, a little bit of inequity here, and just watch for the indicators in this week ahead. All right, good luck with that. Well, before I get into the astrology, let's talk about those SNAP benefits. I had heard that, or it was reported, at least in some news media, that people have to reapply for their SNAP benefits since the government shutdown. Now, I don't understand, other than it's rude and inconsiderate during this holiday season to make people do that have been receiving benefits. Maybe if they really want to check people's whether they're truly eligible to receive the benefits or not, that later, and, in a more organized, in a more humane way. This just seems very strange to me and very retaliatory in some ways. So let's move on, though, because there's other things going on. We don't know the true job numbers for October, but things that have been leaking out from news media says hundreds of thousands of jobs have been lost, in the month of October. And so we don't have and may never see a job report for October, so that's rather disillusioning as well. Now, on the plus side, supposedly, I want to, say that the president is claiming to remove tariffs off of some food items so that prices will become more affordable, for people, because this has been something that is burbling finally to the surface, that people are having trouble making ends meet and that costs are going up in the grocery store and not down. So we'll see how all of this plays out and if it actually does make some difference. All right. So that's what I have for that kind of news. Let's move on to the astrological forecast for the week ahead. As you know, these readings that I'm doing today is good for the whole week, the week of November 16th through the 22nd, Sunday through Saturday. During that time, the moon will be traveling from Libra into Sagittarius on the 22nd, which will be transiting into Capricorn that same day. Mercury is entering Scorpio on November 18th, which is really interesting because on November 20th, the new moon is also in Scorpio, going to be in Scorpio. And the funny thing about all of that is, of course, as we know, Mercury is retrograding right now. So be aware of the possible implications of that, Scorpios. The sun is entering Sagittarius on November 21st, that's Friday, and I must give a happy birthday shout out to Mr. O, whose birthday is on the same day that Mercury retrograde enters Scorpio on November 18th. But we're going to have a happy birthday anyway, aren't we? And also a happy 44th wedding anniversary for us on that very same day. Love you, Mr. O. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the astrological signs of the zodiac, starting with me, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. This is for you for the week ahead. Okay, Aries, we ain't afraid of no Mercury retrograde, are we? I am just a little bit. All right. Well, this is very interesting, Aries. I'm not going to, okay, I'll give it away. What the heck? You'll see it by then anyway. Our card of the day will be posted. You have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is reversed, and that's exactly the way our card of the day came out for Sunday. Interesting. So you might be extra affected by that energy. And the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is here, and also, well, this one is upright, so it's not in a favored position for that card. And, wow, it's Cup-a-Palooza here. We also have the Queen of Cups reversed. Okay. Well, Aries, wow. So I see here with the Page of Cups reversed that, you're not paying attention to some of the intuitive signals that you've been getting. Or it's possible here, maybe your intuition is off. Because I'm looking at the Queen of Cups reversed here and that Page of Cups and saying that maybe your intuition is making you nervous. I mean, maybe you want to be in denial too about what it is trying to tell you. Or maybe it's just plain off with this Mercury retrograde and it's throwing you off and giving you a lot of anxiety. So, under those circumstances, what would my advice be for you? Lay low this week if you can. Try not to make any major moves, knee-jerk reactions out of fear. Do only what you have to do, what's required, and maybe not take any unnecessary risks this week. Your intuition is kind of feeling off, and you're feeling kind of unsettled and disappointed and anxious about things. Are you afraid you're going to lose a job? Are you afraid you're going to lose money in the stocks this week? Well, you may want to take some protective measures, whatever you can, as far as the job is concerned, but just start preparing yourself for this fear instead of sitting back and fearing it. Okay. Sorry I went a little bit over there on that, but that was an interesting reading. A lot of emotionality there. And it sure seems like even with TFT's cards of the day, stay tuned this week. It seems like a lot of that in the beginning is going that way. So good luck with that, Aries. You might be more affected than other people. That's not just a plug to follow us on social media or come back to YouTube to look at our cards of the day. I just see a real relevance here this time. All right, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. This reading's for you for the week ahead. Well, you'll be doing a lot of thinking this week. You got the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is upright. I see what you're thinking about. It's the Fool. The Fool is upright as well. The Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is here as, wow. This is kind of interesting for you Taurians. I feel here you're going to be really, sometimes, of course, the Fool is about taking a spontaneous move or action, but you are kind of advised to think about it first. Really give it some thought because, of course, Mercury is retrograde right now. This may not be the most super duper good time to make this kind of move. Take a big risk, but you really, what's really inspiring this is you really feel this could be something that puts you in a really comfortable position, whether it's in your career, whether it's with your finances or investments. You just feel like taking a risk right now would make this happen. However, I really think you really need to have a strategy here. It might be best for you to look at the situation and say, I'm going to go for it, but really plan out how you're going to do it. This isn't just to go willy-nilly into it. I really think these two cards combine to create the better conditions. So good luck with that. Hey, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. This reading's for you for the week ahead. Well, you have the Ten of Swords reversed. Let me move that there. You also have the Nine of Cups upright. Oh, this is kind of a turnaround from last week's readings for a lot of people so far. You have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay. I think you're ready to move forward from a situation where, let's see, it's the Queen of Pentacles. I think you're ready to move forward you're ready to move on now. Maybe you've suffered some losses. Maybe you've lost your job. Maybe things just turned south for you with your finances. Maybe you've been having trouble making ends meet. But I think you're going to manifest something that will help you, or something that you desire here. And I think part of it too may have to do with the fact that, you know, some of this may have had to do with the way you were managing things. And so I think really looking at these two cards, I feel these two cards are framing this one. And I feel here the realization is it's time to move on from situations that either you let get out of control or just got out of control, business or financially. And now you're more able to move forward on manifesting what you desire, seeing the reality of the situation and recognizing what you have to do to make your dreams, your financial dreams or goals come true. Good luck with that. Hey, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. This reading's for you for the week ahead. All right, Cancers, let's see what's going on in your world. The Page of Cups is back, reversed again. The Nine of Wands is here, reversed. Wow, you know, this is so weird. And the King of Cups is here, reversed. Wow, because if you recall, was that in the Aries reading? It was in the Aries reading. We had the Page of Cups reversed, and then we had the Queen of Cups over here with something else in the middle. And now we have the page here again, and it's the King. And I really feel here, Cancers, wow, you're going to be feeling the feels this week, you know, emotionally, due to whatever's going on with you in the business, financial, or your education. And let's not forget, right now we're nearing final exams for students, you know, in college. So you're sweating a bit. You feel ill prepared, whether you're a student, whether you're you know, whether it's on your job. Maybe you're new on your job and you just are really anxious because you're just not getting it yet. It could be a lot of things. It could be not being prepared for that final exam test. It could be not being prepared for shifts and changes that are going on in the market. Wow. So you're going to be feeling feels this week, and you really need to try to keep your emotions level if you hope to, you know, get out of this. So forewarned is forearmed. I'm saying here you're ill prepared, but maybe now that you come to some realization that this could be so, you might be able to turn it around. I wish you luck with that. A lot depends on how well you control your emotions. Good luck, Cancers. Hey, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. This reading's for you for the week ahead. All right. Well, the King of Swords is upright. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is upright as well. Page of Pentacles is here. Wow, upright as well. Wow. This is really good for Leos, too. Like I said, we've got some much better cards this week for some of the readings. And I think here that Leos Leos are ready to take off on a new adventure, a new venture, let's just say. Maybe somebody's starting a business here with the holidays coming. It could be just a little startup kiosk somewhere. Maybe you're pulling stuff together, you entrepreneurs. Maybe somebody's really starting up a more major business. But you are aiming high. You are aiming high. And the good news is either you're getting some really solid advice from people that's going to get you off on a really positive foot, or you've really thought this through. You are being guided by, your sharp analysis and the way that you've strategized and put this together. Wow. So good luck with this, you Leos, if this applies to you. Wow. Nice reading. What about you, Virgo, Sun and Rising? This reading's for you for the week ahead. All right. You have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is reversed. And you have the Tower upright. You have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is reversed. This is really interesting to me. I think, well, I wonder here, there's a number of different ways I can look at this. I think something has happened that you are finally recovering from, whether you were fired, whether you were treated unfairly on a job, whether you lost money on some investment, some shady business deals possibly too. You've learned something from this experience. However, it's not finished yet. And it makes me wonder here if some of you Virgos aren't going to be getting involved in lawsuits or going to HR, trying to get some compensation for whatever happened to you, taking people to court. This is very interesting. And it seems as though, you have learned and you want to move on. However, you feel as though you are, something's not done here and something needs to be reconciled before you can. So, wow, good luck with that. Wow, what about you Libras out there? Sun, Moon, Rising. This reading's for you for the week ahead. All right. You have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is reversed. Wheel of Fortune is reversed. And the Five of Swords is reversed. This is certainly the opposite of the Leo's reading. This is not a good thing. Well, it's not a good thing. Librans, I think here there's been a very negative turn of luck. And it could be involving business ventures. It could be involving your job. It could be involving investments. It even could be involving a career path or something in school. It seems as though, things have taken a negative turn and it's hard for you to recover from that. It's time maybe for you to consider moving on, walking away rather than trying to fight a losing battle. You may have missed some opportunity to turn this around. You just, but don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself. Just move on. It's an interesting time too, because as you know, this week, I believe if Mercury is going right, Mercury that's retrograde right now, well, it's retrograding into Scorpio. It hasn't affected you, but maybe you're getting some fallout from all of this, at least a retrograde, because something just doesn't seem right. And so, I think you've just got to let this go, to be honest with you, Librans. It's in your best interest to just move on to something else. Or if you're going to approach this again, you really maybe should wait till after Mercury goes direct and see what you can do. Good luck with that. Well, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, it's readings for you for the week ahead as we wind down your birthday season. Once again, happy birthday, happy anniversary to Mr. O. Mr. O is turning an O this year, a 7-0. Happy birthday to you, Mr. O. All right. Let's see what we have for our Scorpio friends. Well, we start off with the Knight of Swords upright. The Four of Swords is reversed. Wow. Well, I got something to say about this. Oh, and look, the Devil is upright. Mr. O always used to say, because, there were race car driving and race car watching and viewing in his family. He always said the blood of race car drivers ran through his veins. And when I see the Knight of Swords up right here and the Four of Swords reversed, there is energy to burn here. You want to go full throttle towards something, but with the Devil up right here, it almost feels like something is restraining you, trying to hold you back from moving too fast. And, I gotta say, sometimes the Devil upright may not be a bad thing. Maybe you do need to restrain yourself a little bit. Maybe you do need to hold yourself a little more in check and not go move carelessly forward. Take your time, think things out and strategize, and then make your move. So, good luck with that, Scorpios. Hey, Sagittarians, Sun, Moon, Rising. This reading's for you for the week ahead. And by the way, happy birthday to you, Sagittarians. November 21st, the sun enters your sign. Happy birthday. Well, you start off with the Five of Swords reversed. The Knight of Wands is upright. Wow, I like this. A little bit of movement here too, or at least some engagement. And that is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is upright as well, Sagittarius. This is awesome. I think here, basically, what this is telling me is, I'm going to go to these two cards again, which is informing this card. I feel here that the Eight of Wands indicates that you will be engaging with others constructively because each of you have a common goal in mind. And so you've been able to set aside your differences, listen to everybody's opinions, and come up with a way forward. Come up with a way to focus all that energy in unison on a common shared goal. This sure sounds like a business or a workplace. With the holidays here, retail is trying to do everything they can to drum up business and get their staff, motivated for the shoppers ahead. So it just looks like a lot of strategizing, a lot of positive communication, and constructive dialogue that takes into account what everybody has to offer. Well, good luck with that. That's really awesome, Sagittarius. Hey, Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising. This reading's for you for the week ahead. Sagittarius are going, I'm sorry, Capricorns. Capricorns are going somewhere. Six of Swords upright. Well, okay, the Queen of Cups is reversed. We'll take a look at how this plays out here. And the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is reversed. Okay? Well, Capricorns, seems to me that you want things to settle down. You want to move forward. You know, you want things to be stable, balanced, more secure, more tranquil. Not all the ups and downs that may be going on in your business or your financial affairs. And it's starting to make you blue that you can't get there. Now, you have to better prepare yourself to roll with the punches here, I feel. Things are happening so fast, especially if you're in the U.S. with the economy. But, you know, especially if you're in the business world, no matter where you are worldwide, you've got to prepare yourself to roll with the punches that may be coming your way. You may not be in a proper frame of mind to do that. You're feeling very anxious about the fact that you can't seem to find that stability, calm, peaceful, balanced, you know, bubble for yourself right now. It's just not there. So just keep trying to roll with the punches here and prepare yourself better for, you know, the flip-flops that are taking place. Hey, all right. We're on Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. This reading's for you for the week ahead. Hey, the Three of Pentacles, upright. Safety in numbers. Kidding. Although I don't know. Now you've got another three, but it's upright. The Three of Swords. And the Page of Pentacles. Okay, there's a doable story here. You may be disappointed with delays or possibly some things that are non-starter in the business, financial, maybe retail world. It could be too that maybe, you know, as a student, you're falling behind. You know, you're worried about your progress. And I feel here there's some sorrow, there's some anxiety, there's some stress. Well, you know what? For example, if this is a business, work together with your partners, work together with your staff, your employees, your peers, work together to try to solve this problem. You can do it, I think, if you work with others. So in other words, for you students out there, if you are really struggling, now is the time to seek support. Support is out there. You can learn. People can tutor you. They can get you back on track. So I wish you luck in dealing with this. Try to allay your fears as much as you can. All right. And anxieties. Wow. Good luck with that. All right, Pisces. Last but not least, Sun, Moon, Rising. This reading's for you for the week ahead. The Queen of Swords is reversed. Wow, just a lot of emotion and cup energy today. The Knight is reversed, the Knight of Cups. And the Nine of Pentacles is reversed. Well, I think you're feeling blue, frankly, Pisces, that you're not getting as far ahead as you had hoped. You feel dissatisfied with the things you have in life, what you've built for yourself. There seems to be dissatisfaction. You want more, more, more. But, and you're feeling bad about it. You're feeling like nothing seems to be going your way. Maybe some dreams that you've had really are kind of illusory, and weren't meant to be. You're finally now, trying to deal with the fact that you're seeing things as they really are. And so I think for you here, you're not thinking very clearly at this time. Maybe you're reaching too high. Maybe you are reaching too far and high, and you need to be more satisfied with where you are right now. All good things come in time, and it will come by learning and growing, within your career, your business, your education. Give yourself the time you need and lighten up on yourself a little bit. Don't be so hard on yourself, and don't be blaming yourself. It's time now, though, to clear your head, get rid of the negative speak, and, see if you really are ready for the heights you're trying to reach. And if not, do what you need to do to get there. Good luck with that. We're done. Some were pretty, when the readings were good today, they were really pretty darn good. But when they weren't, they weren't. So I want to remind everybody about our shows. Later today, we have a live show from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Boy, you better get there early. Our happy hour filled up like that on Saturday. And we missed Thursday's show because we were vacationing, celebrating our birthday and wedding anniversary last week. So not a lot of people, with nobody getting readings on Thursday, they might be piling in on Sunday. So join us. Get there. Get there early. 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for any question. Will answer for you. All right. And on Wednesday is Mr. O's Goth Tarot, where you'll get another episode on our monthly shadow work that we did, and also Mr. O embellishing and adding with his own cards for shadow work. So join him at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday for that video. You can watch it anytime. It is a video after all. But that's when it will come out. On Thursday, we have another live show. We're back, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be there this week, and we will read for you again, like ask us any question. We'll do our best to give you an answer. And I'm going to announce right now that Thanksgiving, the week following next, there will be no live show again. We're giving ourselves that day off. There's just too much going on, so we have to apologize. We usually do a Thanksgiving show, but not this year. All right, and also on Friday this week, though, Mr. O's Emotional Exchanges, where you can find out about love, romance, and relationships and interpersonal relations of all sorts. So, and not to mention, who's going to get lucky? So join him. That video comes out at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And before I get to happy hour on Saturday, I forgot something big. On Thursday, the moon is entering, is it Thursday? No, it's Friday. On the 21st, when the sun enters Sagittarius. By the way, happy birthday, Sagittarians. Enjoy your month. You can get a free birthday reading from us if you subscribe to our live shows, to our channel. All right, so happy birthday, but it's also our monthly modality message. That video will come out for the modalities of the Zodiac that is good for the entire time the sun is in Sagittarius. So join us for that sometime. That video will come out sometime on November 21st. And on Saturday, we'll close with our happy hour show. Woohoo! Happy hour is from 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mr. O has not verified that time with me yet, so it possibly could be switched to later in the day, but rest assured, happy hour will be that Saturday, November 22nd. Join us hopefully at 10 a.m. for another happy show. Everybody just was great on our live show. The chat was just so joy-filled. We love reading for you and giving you a happy message for your week ahead. All right, everybody. Take care. Have a prosperous and abundant week ahead. Do what you can to deal with the flow and Mercury retrograde, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.